If you have or had one of these plans before the Affordable Care Act came into law, and you really liked that plan, what we said was you could keep it if it hasn't changed since the law was passed.
That was President Obama just a couple of hours ago. That's today. Basically rewriting the fundamental pledge that he made repeatedly to the American people as he was selling the Obamacare overhaul, which of course revamped 1/6 of our economy and affected the health care of millions of Americans. This is new polls from George Washington University show that the broken promise may be having an impact. Look at this. 50% of Americans now express an unfavorable opinion of the president on a personal level. Remember, his favorability has always been key for him. He's always done well on this, despite even if he doesn't have a good job approval. And as the political damage grows, there are now comparisons between the White House handling of the Keep Your Plan pledge and the credibility controversies that dogged other presidents. President Bill Clinton, for example, and even President Nixon. Consider this.
No one on the White House staff, no one in this administration presently employed was involved in this very bizarre incident.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
If you like your health care plan, you'll be able to keep your health care plan, period.
So is it fair to compare the president's pledge to those infamous examples? Joe Trippi is the former Howard Dean presidential campaign manager and a Fox News contributor. Joe, is it?
No, I don't think so. I think you've got a situation here where the president, I think it was just a huge mistake for them to do what they did. They should not have been out there, even by their own numbers, if they believed that 95% of people would either be able to keep their plans or get insurance for the first time, and 5% of the population, which is millions of people,
almost 15
would
million.
lose it. If they knew, right, but if they knew that, and they did, they should have said that. They should have said what he said last night, tonight. They should have been saying that for the last 2 or 3
years. But what we
years.
found out today from the Journal's reporting was that there was an internal discussion in the White House about this very issue. It's not like it went undetected. No, that senior aide said that what he's saying is not right, and that the political aide said, keep your mouth shut. We don't like the qualifiers. The promise sounds much better the way he's putting it.
Right, Megyn, and what I'm saying is those political aides did a disservice to the president and the country. There would not, we'll never know if he had said what he said tonight, whether the law would have passed. But he's now got a credibility problem because it's clear that when you say period, when you put a period at the end of it and say repeatedly, you won't have to change your plan, period, you'll be able to keep your doctor, period. It means period. It means 100%. Being 95% right doesn't make it, you have to be 100% the truth.
It doesn't suggest to anybody that they should, a couple months after the law is passed, go pull out the Federal Register and flip through to page 34,550 and find how Kathleen Sebelius is tightening the noose around the grandfathering clause so they can figure out, Marge on her couch in middle America, that actually period didn't mean period, it meant asterisks, and go read the tab in the Federal Register.
What they need to do now, Megyn, is get in front of this and get completely transparent. If I had been them, I would have, the first day, only 6 people signed up, I would have said only 6 people. I would have said only 248 the next day. They should be telling us everything about who's signing up, how many people are signing up, what progress is being made, because otherwise they're losing credibility, but more importantly, in a vacuum, the only narrative is all the bad stuff because they're not giving us any information, and the information they're giving us is a changing narrative.
And instead of that, come to Jesus moment where there's just transparency and there's honesty and there's not this attempt to distract us. This is effectively what we are getting right now. Tell me if you disagree.
Give them the old razzle dazzle, give them a show.
You have to have a little laugh, Joe, but is that not what we're getting?
Yeah, look, they're trying to spin their way out of this, and that's, I think, a mistake. The only spin is total transparency, telling, again, they should be in a campaign to get 7 million people signed up. If it's 100,000 people, and that's all it is right now, we need 6.9 million
more.
And
be honest. But why do you reject the comparison to Nixon and Clinton? And I'm not taking a position. I'll play the devil's advocate on this. Nixon lied about the clear abuse of the presidential process. Clinton lied about sexual relationship outside of his marriage and inside the White House that he had been dishonest about while president. President Obama's critics will say he lied about something that goes right to the heart of people's lives, their health care, their relationship with their doctor, their children's relationships with their doctors.
If 85 to 90% of the American people are going to be able to basically keep the same policies they had or be getting health care for the first time, I'm not. We'll see whether those people believe they were lied to. They're clearly 3.7 million.
But you're
today
arguing the people that the lie was worth it. That's an argument that the lie was worth it.
No, well, I think that may have been what they calculated, which I think is a mistake due to the hit to their credibility.
That's, again, as though an argument that the ends justify the means. My question to you is, even if that's true, how does the president look these people who are losing their policies tonight in the eye and say, my lie is not worse than what President Nixon did or what President Clinton did?
Look, we don't know yet whether those people will get subsidies. All the things that are, because the website's broken, no one knows how this is gonna play out. I think, look, right now, Megyn, we're now not fighting politics anymore. It's history. Somebody is on the wrong side of history. Either this health care plan is going to work, people are going to sign up, they are going to fix it, they need to be transparent about all of it.
Right.
Or it's going to fail. And if it fails, look, by next November, the Democrats...
There'll be accountability.
There will be accountability.
Can we see it one more time? Can we see it just one more time? Can we see? Can we see our friend? Yeah, let's see it one more time.
Give them the old razzle dazzle them.
I gotta go, Joe. I'm gonna save this clip because it could be teed up for any number of politicians on any given evening. This is my new favorite clip. Thank you, Joe Trippi.
Thanks, Megyn.